President Afro discussing world peace following a military victory. But Ken makes a cynical remark about everyone living on this planet as actors. At the mall, he mistakes some hot chick to be a popular classmate of his, Beihua, but it's just a hot chick. Noting the music she was just listening, he goes to sample it. Meanwhile, a father is going to get his little girl a new balloon, when suddenly, a tank crashes on him. The tank then starts shooting everyone. Did it miss the little girl because she's too small? However, everyone panicked and wanted to leave the mall, while Ken was still listening to music. Then, a group of terrorists barges in and takes everyone hostage. After finishing listening to his music, Ken is confused to find the area shattered and abandoned. He wanders around and is caught. As a hostage, he thinks what happened is such a short time, and things like this only happen in movies. Then he sees that hot chick lying in the floor. Did he recognize her ass? He is about to vomit, but the terrorist boss calls him a wimp, and that people like him don't deserve the freedom that was built on blood. He shoots, but to kill a hostage who was trying to escape, pumping bullets into his dead body just to show he's a terrorist boss. Imagine the police doesn't have firepower to fight the terrorists. And so the police chief isn't going for negotiation and has his men all ready to storm in. Everyone is gearing up and in position now. Right before he gives the signal, a call from the terrorist boss for demands. The terrorist wants the Child of Eden to be handed over. But the police chief, he has never heard of it anywhere. Then the terrorist boss ordered to ask his seniors. Otherwise, he will start shooting a hostage every 10 minutes. The police chief won't allow this, so he signals to his men to storm in. However, the terrorist was ready for their arrival, and everyone got killed by the traps. With negotiations failed, the terrorist will start executing. The terrorist boss chose Ken, lucky number 1. Taken to the rooftop, Ken realizes he has nothing in life, no job, no girlfriend, so dying seems acceptable. But now he feels regret and wants to live. He thought he saw the tunnel of light and an angel descending to take him to heaven. Turns out it's the sun in his eyes and a hot heroine in high-tech suit taking out the terrorist. After Ruri saves Ken's ass and kills the terrorists, Ken trying to virtue signal that she shouldn't gun down an injured man. Ruri says her mission is to eliminate all targets. She uses her android bee to scout what is going on. The terrorist boss notices that his henchmen are taking too long. He sends some of them out to go scout. As they do, Ruri crashes down as they start firing away. Their machine guns don't hit her, just simply passing through them. Turns out to be a hologram and they just shot each other. As the rest try to scout further, the real Ruri drops in. Ken wonder why she is so heartless. Flashback shows her Professor Lee tried to save her, while the military official trying to pull the plug on her. Apparently she was costing too much to be maintained. Despite Professor Lee guaranteeing he will pay for the costs, but those bastards don't see her being able to integrate back into normal life. After all, she is a killing machine and serves no purpose if she were to live a normal life. Terrorist boss knows something is wrong and realizes a vanguard must be sent. With negotiations failed, instead of killing all the hostages, he'll use them as meat shields. First he lures out Ruri by randomly injuring hostages. She pops out, surprised at a girl being used as a vanguard. Ruri recognizes him as Zhu Zhongrong. He is the first-generation vanguard and her predecessor. In other words, he is outdated hardware nobody wants. However, the hologram starts to malfunction, and Ken is taken hostage again. He claims he was told to just set this up and doesn't know about Ruri's whereabouts. Zhou will kill him, but luck is on his side because a flash grenade blinds the terrorist. Ruri drops in. As Zhu is part machine, he wants to fight with Ruri to the death. Ruri is much superior and kills him. However, as a tough dog, he isn't dead yet. Third time Ken gets taken hostage. Ruri using her finger gun and to trust her. Ken doesn't know what happened since he passed out, but looks like Ruri saved him that day. More flashbacks on Ruri and Professor. They promise to do things together. It's been a week since that incident, and Ken is trying to forget it, while looking down on the windows. Ruri is a transfer student in Ken's class, and all the guys going wild. Except for Ken. Later he tries to ask her goals. She is here to protect and observe him, because danger can strike any time. He can just ignore her, but Ken isn't taking all this too well. He threatens to reveal her identity to the whole school, but she twists his arm. She will not hesitate to eliminate anyone, including those who know her identity. A few guys might look like they've overheard them. Turns out they just want to flirt with her, and she beats them up. On the way home, his friend, Wang He teases him about still liking Beihua, but Ken ignores him. Ken laments how his life would have been different had he not been to the mall. His life wouldn't have turned this. He realizes somebody has broken into his place. Turns out to be Ruri, part of her protection and observation. She tells him how his place has lots of vulnerable spots. He doesn't listen and kicks her out, though she takes some of his harmful material with him. If Ruri can't observe him directly, she'll have to just do so from her device. He didn't know there are cameras all over his place. Next day, Wang tries to take photos of Ruri changing. He has some on Beihua too, but Ken wants him to delete them. Wang he returns to his fiendish voyeurism. Ruri's gone. Then she pops up behind him. Meanwhile, Ken stumbles into Beihua and helps her pick up tennis balls. But this guy felt happy to see Beihua first time in close-up. Ruri interrogates Wang and thinks he is a spy. Ken, putting away the balls, walks in to see this. Meanwhile, Li is interrogating Zhu about how much he know the child of Eden. But all Zhu tells him are just enigmatic riddles. Elsewhere, a group of baddies waltz their way into a military base. Zhu is impressed at how technology advanced Ruri is. Li says she is the strongest. Then some flashbacks how the world was competing on technological developments rather than war. Several soldiers come across a cave that contains a strange object and people inside. They start experimenting called Eden Project. Cell division became unstable. Then a powerful explosion occurred. The whole world was seriously impacted by the incident. 70% of the world's population have fallen victim, and the world leaders had an emergency meeting about the incident. Zhu laments those people have no remorse and can't be saved. Meanwhile, back to those baddies storming into the military base. The general is caught by Dr. Whitesnake making a shady deal with a guy. General thinks the guy ratted him out and shoots him. Dr. Whitesnake is here for the nanomachines, but the general won't let him have and orders his men to fire. The big guy used some sort of power to block the bullet. Dr. Whitesnake ordered his subordinates to kill all of them. He talks how he is a pacifist but hates violence. However, war brings out humanity's true nature and is a form of peace ritual. After killing everybody, he takes his goods. Back to Ruri's interrogation. Ken tells her off that he is no spy because he's been his classmate since middle school. He tries to tell Ruri to live normally and get her act together. He tries to make her apologize to Wang, but during the struggle, he falls over her. How cliché. Beihua sees this and says looks like she is disturbing something important. Ken is unable to explain himself because everyone else is watching and recording this. This scandal goes up on social media. Flashback shows Professor Li telling Ruri of her mission to protect Ken. Although her abilities are to kill and destroy, this mission is tougher since he has to protect. After all, that boy is a key figure in the war they are fighting. Also, a personal request from Professor Li as he is the son of a deceased friend. Ruri wonders if this makes him more important than he. Professor Li tied up for words, but she promised his order will be accomplished without exception. In the house of Ryu, she holds him at gunpoint and thinks he is a spy who hacked a military server. Since then, Ryu has missing a few days of school. Ken accuses Ruri of doing something to Ryu because he hasn't been coming to school for days, and his social media posts have been removed at the same time. All Ruri says is that she will protect him no matter what she has to sacrifice. This is Ken lashing out at her of just following orders blindly. Everyone is confused and shocked to hear Ken further accusing Ruri of killing Ryu for just posting prankish stuff. All that comes to an end when the teacher reprimands him for shooting his tongue. She was going to explain how Ryu and his family migrated to America, and that his social media postings were taken down due to the permission from the school. While everyone is relieved, Ken still feels something wrong. He can't help feel his accusations are right. Flashback on Ruri's side. She was interrogating Ken, who claims he isn't that sort of person she thinks he is, as he wanted to show her something but before he could grab it, she shot him. Later, Beihua talks to Ken. She asks about his feelings for Ruri, who is his type of girl. He denies and her beauty doesn't interest him. But Beihua thinks Ruri is scared because everything is new to her. She believes Ken should help her and suggests to Ken go on a date with Ruri. But after summoning up all his courage to ask her out, surprisingly Ruri agrees. And so they meet up on a date and do normal things. Do normal dates go to a live concert too? Must be an expensive date. Just for the typical moment when the crowd pushed them together. Back in class, as he ponders about giving this bee necklace to her he bought, he spots something in his desk. A picture of Ruri shooting Ryu. Ken is in shock upon realizing his intuitions were correct. He tries to believe what his teacher said about Ryu moving away, but can't help think that Ruri is trying to deceive him. Then he starts to worry. What if Ruri also killed Wang using the same method? Because Wang is supposed to be in hospital after that interrogation. Ignoring the teacher as he calls Wang, but doesn't pick up. Against the teacher's warning, he rushes out to the hospital. In the halfway, there is Wang before him. not a ghost. Today he got discharged and his phone ran out of battery. What a huge relief. He tries to ask if Ruri did anything funny to him, but all he does is brag about how hot Ruri. Speaking of her, she suddenly kidnaps Wang. Ruri threatens to throw him from the top of the building if he does not disclose his identity. Wang pleads he doesn't know anything, but Ruri isn't buying anything. Ken arrives just in time to tell her to put an end to this nonsense. Ruri then explains that he isn't the person whom he thinks he is. While he was hospitalized, Ruri checked his computer and decrypted lots of stuff. She found lots of data detailing every aspect of Ken's life since birth. Ken isn't buying that. He accuses her of being a cold-blooded killing machine. Ruri warns Wang again, "Tell me your identity, or I drop you." This makes Ken so mad that when he screams, he activates some aura that malfunctions her machine and makes her weak. But this means she lets go of Wang. Ken dives to save him. Best friends get to die together. Fortunately, Ruri manages throws B to stop their fall. Ken apologizes to Wang for everything, but Wang understands. He knows Ruri is trying to protect him and all, so it's best that they just keep their distance. Ken couldn't agree more. This is for the best. Later, as Ken laments about everything alone and as he throws away the necklace, some guy picks it up. He wants to be his friend and knows everything. This anime have only 6 episodes and have an alternate versions. The anime name is School Shock. Thank you for watching till the end, and please don't forget to subscribe.